10 Things WWE Wants You to Forget About Batista. Number 10. His daughter Athena was in a sex tape scandal. Batista has reportedly been married twice. He has 2 daughters from his first marriage and 2 grandkids from his oldest daughter Kehlani. In December 2010, his second daughter Athena was involved in a sex tape scandal when she was just 18 years old. The news of the sex tape became the talk of the WWE locker room when it became public knowledge. The guy in the video with her is Justin Miller, who was apparently her boyfriend at the time. Number 9. He starred in Wrong Side of Town film with Rob Van Dam. The acting world is similar to wrestling in that you have to pay your dues before you have that big break. Batista's big break will likely come this summer in the Guardians of the Galaxy film on August 1st in the role of Drax the Destroyer. Number 8. He's so old he's a grandfather, and is the second oldest active wrestler on the WWE roster. There have always been questions about Batista's real age because he got a late start in WWE. His reported birthday is January 18, 1969, which would make him 45 years old. The reason for the questions about his age is because when he started training for wrestling in 2000 he did so as a 31-year-old. A lot of wrestlers begin their training in their early 20s and some even in their teen years. When he got his big main event push in 2005 he was 36 years old. As he was rising up the ranks, there were always questions about how old he really was because he supposedly lied to management when he first got started. Prior to his breakout in Guardians of the Galaxy, he was in some direct-to-video stinkers as well. He starred in a film called House of the Rising Sun, and he was also in the Scorpion King Battle for Redemption. None of them were considered hits, to say the least. Number 7. He was originally named Leviathan and debuted as Deacon Batista with Reverend Devon. It took several years for WWE to settle on one name for Batista. When he started out in Ohio Valley Wrestling in 2000, his ring name wasn't Batista. It was Leviathan. A quick search of what a Leviathan is gives us this definition. Leviathan is a sea monster referenced in the Tanakh or the Old Testament. The word has become synonymous with any large sea monster or creature. Number 6. He was supposed to be a face right now, and probably WWE champion. This could be a point that would make more sense years down the road because we're currently at a time where Daniel Bryan is the WWE World Heavyweight Champion. But it's important to realize that it wasn't the plan. If WWE had their way, Batista would likely be the WWE WHC right now. When they announced Batista would be back at the Royal Rumble, which was something that got leaked out by an arena website, WWE figured that he would receive a huge babyface pop. Number 5. Triple H was given his role in the Inside Out film. When Batista left WWE in 2010, he did so because he was not a huge fan of the product at the time. He criticized the PG direction of the company while he also was likely burnt out from nearly 10 years in WWE. He also had a movie role that was promised to him that WWE took away. Back in April 2010, a report from Twinsider stated the following. The lead role in Killing Karma was initially supposed to go to Batista. However, WWE made the decision to replace him with Triple H. It's being said that when Batista learned that he was being replaced by Triple H, he became furious over the news as acting is what he wants to focus his future on when he leaves wrestling. Number 4. He fought in MMA after quitting WWE. One thing WWE has always tried to avoid is putting over small-time promotions, whether it's in wrestling or any other field. They don't want their fans to think anybody on their roster would work for something that wasn't the best. Mentioning Brock Lesnar's UFC run is fine because everybody knows UFC. They won't mention Batista's only MMA fight due to the fact that it was such a small-time company that it would make him look bad. When Batista left in WWE in 2010, he announced he would try some mixed martial arts soon after. While he likely had hopes of ending up in UFC one day, that did not happen. He only had one fight for a company called Classic Entertainment and Sports. Number 3. He dated several WWE divas and had issues with others. Batista loves the ladies. There's nothing wrong with that. There are many stories of wrestlers dating women in wrestling and he's one of them. Since WWE employs so many women and had even more of them in the mid-2000s when he was at his peak, it makes sense that he would get involved with them. Why not? They're beautiful women. It just seems like he got around a lot and was criticized more than most because of the way things happened. Here's a rundown of just some of the Batista stories over the years. Number 2. He wasn't originally a part of Evolution. The reunion of Evolution has been a lot of fun to watch, but what WWE won't mention during Raw or SmackDown is that Batista wasn't originally slated to be a part of the group. It was supposed to be Mark Jindrak. This point was mentioned on Triple H's DVD, but as we've mentioned before, if something is mentioned on a DVD that reveals inside stories, it's not the same as a storyline on Raw or SmackDown. Number 1. He got into a backstage fight with Booker T that he lost. Anytime two performers in WWE legitimately get into a fight, it's big news. They're supposed to work together to entertain fans in the ring. They don't have to be friends with each other, but they shouldn't come to blows either. In the case of Batista, his mouth got him into trouble and as a result, he got his ass kicked by Booker. The story goes that Booker and Batista were in California on May 8, 2006, at a photo shoot for August's SummerSlam event. By that point in his career, Batista had been a main eventer for over a year and had earned a reputation as a cocky guy who rubbed people the wrong. Booker T, as a veteran wrestler, decided to put him in his place. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoy this video. Please like, share and subscribe.